Good night, good night. So yo, it's ladies' night. How we feeling tonight? How you feeling tonight, people?
Excited, excited.
A
Answering
bit tired.
interesting topic tonight.
Excited to hear what the people have to say?
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah, really interesting. Hear body count. I know it has some people might come and be like, what is body count really? So, Abby, what you will tell people body count is?
Um, I think it means how much men woman been with. How much men a woman has been with. I think that is what it
Okay,
means.
all right. Sonali,
Plain and simple. How many sexual partners you had?
right, yes. How many sexual partners you've had? And are we talking penetrative sex only, or because earlier I was looking
No,
at a
definitely sex.
video and a, someone considered oral sex as sex on the whole and check it as a body count. I don't even know why, but oral sex does not count, people. When you check in your bodies, it means that you had sexual intercourse. There must be penetration, and that is how you check in the body count. I do not know why that person added oral and whatever other sexual activities they engaged in. I have no idea. So let's get down to it. Abby, do you think body count matters? A person's body count matters?
Uh yes and no. Because one, I know a man wouldn't want a woman who know the streets to call his wife. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
no, it doesn't matter
Right.
in one sense where why should it, you know? Why should it? Just saying.
Why should it? Sonali, you think a person's body count matters?
Um, I kind of like Abby. It's a 50-50 because it wouldn't matter depending on the number, and it would matter depending on the number. It all comes down to the number. Some
All right.
people might say, here,
So,
to me, I would say the people who have a high body count come up with a person who also has a high body count
mm-hmm.
wouldn't care. They really and truly wouldn't care. When it's
Right.
the opposite, they would. So it's
They
a
would.
50-50. All depends on those
Mm.
digits.
All right. All right. So, Lion is saying yes, yes, it matters to men. So, Lion is saying it matters to men. Why you think a woman's body count matters to men? Why?
For
Why?
me, I was think the
I
man was
don't know why they think it so matters. I don't know.
Abby
We
saying
should
she don't
ask
know why it
men
matters.
why
Go
they.
ahead, Sonali. Sonali.
Yeah.
Why you think
What
it
did
matters
Sonali
why you
say?
think it matters to the men?
They want to know if they're dealing with a garden too. Flat out. If it is they're going around a garden too, they want to know if every time they carry Jane, if Peter down the street, if Marlon around the corner, if Travis too from primary school, they want to know all who been in there. That is why it will matter to them. They want to know, hey, if you was dealing that man there, you give that one there, the one down the lane too, know what it tastes like. So it's simple as that. Yeah,
So
like how Lion say,
Lion
you
is
don't
saying you
drive a
don't want
car
to
that
drive a
everybody
car
drives.
that everyone drives.
Exactly.
Hmm.
You want
So
a brand
the
new car.
question is now, the question is, um, do you think a man's body count matters to a woman?
It should. Same way how men feels. Because
But Abby,
same
how do
thing.
you feel?
Why would I want a guy who's been with every single woman on the street? Why? So that I could be one of his number? No. I would be the one that he wants, but will never get. Let him continue. Next house, please. Skip mine. Same
Hmm.
thing. You have a taste of every single woman on the street, and I would want piece of him for what? It don't make sense.
So Natalie, does a man's body count matter to you?
Oh, and I had to kind of process this. I trying to. I honestly, I don't know. I really and truly don't know. If
Okay.
it is we,
All
if it
right.
is we serious or so, I don't know. Flat out, I don't know. I really and truly can't choose. I don't know if it matter, if it don't matter.
Okay.
Maybe
So
but check me
Sonali
back on the
saying
end.
she never
Check me
really.
back on the end. Check me back on the end. I'll make up my mind by then.
All right. All right. So it have well we know that normally when it is a man's body count is let's say high, it have women who may say, okay, he has the experience, he maybe know what he's doing, etc. But when it comes to the woman, no. Right. So Len is saying a guy that have a lot of access to a lot of women, he will have them. All right. Okay. All right. So when the man have access, have access. And the rich man, good night, Andy. Andy, does a woman's body count matter to you? And what is the highest number of bodies a woman is allowed to have? So, Lion, what is your max number you're allowing a lady to have? Let us hear from the guys. Andy, what is your max? When we talking body count, what is the max? Lion said nothing more than 3.
Okay.
Ladies, what do you think is the max? Like for you as a woman, what what number?
Ooh.
Um,
Sorry, I apologize.
see
I'm not.
how many bodies you think? How many bodies are you giving yourself?
I can't say for sure about that question because
Mm-hmm.
in life people grow, some people mature as they grow, some people mature as they grow older, and everybody has a past, you
Right.
know. So at a certain age when they realize, you know what, time to hang up that jacket, I'm looking under the direction. I can't fault him for that. So I mean, it all depends. And it all depends on the age that a guy could come and tell me my body count must be 3. This guy have to be a certain age for him to be that immature to set only 3. So if this guy is like, say, from what, 35 up, and you want a woman with only 3 body count, You're looking for what?
Hmm.
Teenager who hardly experienced?
A
I'm
teenager.
teenager.
So Line is
Well,
saying, so if you
Well, you know, them
know the
teenagers
past,
should already
that will
start
not.
from 16 up.
No, but I ain't talking about teenagers, and I'm talking about you. How much are you willing? How many bodies do you think you can handle as a person? How much? What is your max amount of persons
Like I
you
said,
are
I
allowing
can't,
yourself to be with?
I can't
That's the
answer
question.
that.
So you wouldn't give yourself a
Oh,
max number.
oh, for
You,
me to be with.
like, okay, you'll say for you. Mm-hmm.
Oh, like if I'm gonna say
For you.
I would give myself 10, so I would go around with 10 people. No,
Yeah, like that.
I, mm-mm. I mean, I can't say, I can say any number, but why am I going to put myself through that for what? I might be able
Because
to
some
fall into a
persons may.
relationship that, sorry?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Go
I
ahead.
might be able to fall into a relationship where I may think this may go right, but it end up not. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna keep continue jumping in into a new relationship over and over, and my body count raise to the 20s and 30s because I'm searching for something that nobody have what I want. Then what I'm searching for, and I keep giving myself to them, and then it didn't work out in the end. No, I wouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Three strikes and I
Right.
out. If I'm gonna keep jumping from Tom, Dick, and Harry. No, it makes no sense.
All right. So Nelly, what is the max number you giving yourself?
honestly, from young, in my mind, I would always say a woman that has five or more, she,
Mm-hmm.
she's a two. From young, I always knew that. And even up to this, but I wouldn't say, up to this day, I wouldn't say that she thing because I've met some young people who real rack numbers and it was like, oh, they're real friendly out in this world. But for me personally, the most is kind of like what Lion say, three or four, because why jump from like how Abby said, why jump from Dick and Harry and Tom and all of that? I not so friendly. I might smile, but I'm not so
Right.
friendly.
The more
Well,
valuable, what more valuable?
Lion is given three. Lion is saying the less the body is a woman, the more valuable. So Andy
But the
say he's
woman is
given
valuable.
his yes, the woman is valuable when she have her body count is low.
He would be number
So
three, or he would be number four.
Lion is three. He given the woman three. Andy given the woman four.
So
Right?
No, what Abby
No.
asking is they included in that number, that fine they add that final number. The fellas like a
I
lion is three,
I
he's number three, and Andy will be number
I
four.
don't know, Lion. Lion, you answer that. Are you number three or are you number four? So your max is saying be no, it should be no more than three. So when he comes back, he will let us know. Lion is saying to all men, that's the truth. The less bodies, the more valuable.
what?
He's saying that the less men, women sleep with, the more valuable they are, basically. Yeah, that's what he's saying. Now, I know, but some persons, their body counts will differ because of their upbringing, their lifestyle, what they choose to do. some girls decide since secondary school, yes, their body count may be 5 before they even leave secondary school, right? So they just when they go in a lot of parties, they just run in the race. They just and we're not talking just oral, they are actually having penetrative sex with a lot of people around the tongue. They are having a lot of sex with a lot of different people. You have some women may say they have sex with two different men in one day, right? And then of course we know persons who it have women who they may have sex with a they get into a relationship, they have sex with that person, they have a child, things didn't work out, they go with somebody else, then they have another child with another man, and then they go on to and is how do you think women do that? Like what type of mentality you think they really have?
How
Lion
we
is
gonna
saying
know?
ladies should keep their legs closed until they meet that special one.
How we gonna know if it's who's
But I
special?
don't. Well,
Women
I
do
guess you
know.
have to feel it. That is
Women do know. Some women does know, and then some women does just be like, well, I don't care now. But some women do know who
yeah.
that special one is, and then they give it up.
So what you saying is the woman that has kids for 2, 3 different men, they plan that? They wanted
And
They
that?
see,
may not
Abby,
have.
maybe not. Maybe not.
Yeah.
You don't know the minds of people. Some people will say, okay, yeah, he is the special one. Yeah, I had a child for this one before, but this one is the special one. And then boom, shot. Yeah, he got me pregnant, and it don't work out. Then they keep moving on. They're always looking for that special one. Some of them plan it, and then some of them just be like, well, oops.
And what about the
Yeah.
men who cheat uncontrollably?
But we ain't
When
talking
when
about the
when
men.
the
We ain't talking
woman
about.
No, what I'm saying is I'm gonna think he's the one, and I open up as Lion would say. And I'm thinking he's the one, and I get to find out that he's disrespecting me and things don't work out and I'm the bad one.
Well, he's the special one for you, but you just not the special one for him.
So then make that make sense.
Well, I can't make that make sense.
No.
I
I
mean,
don't
That's
even
just how it
know.
is.
My
That
mind.
then that statement you have to give up that statement because that don't make sense. Same thing as she said, I might be
Lion
special
is
for you,
saying
but you're not
woman
special for me.
should stop giving it up so early. And that's true, eh? Women should stop. I mean, if it is you spend enough time and get to know the person, you won't just give it up within. Because I think we had this conversation. How soon is too soon? So, how soon will you really open your legs to that person? You meet the person, you start to get to know the person. How long you really giving them? Like you meet the person for the first time. It's not like somebody that over the years, and maybe they're in a community and you're observing them or whatever. But you go somewhere, you meet the person for the first time, it's nothing about them. How soon will you open your legs for that person? How much time you giving, Abby?
You'd have to work real hard for this goodness. But
But how long? How long? How many months? How many years? How long you giving? Let's read Andy's comment in the meantime. Okay, so what about if you meet a woman that has no kids? How will you know her true body count? It's only if she tells you, hopefully she's truthful about it, and hopefully you can handle it too. Because sometimes, as people say, we ask for the truth, and then when you do get the truth, you're not pleased with it. So a man might hope that the lady with no child has a low body count, and then she might say, well, now my body count is 50, more than a woman who may have 10 children.
Trust me, I know a few.
Children say 1 year, see if he stays.
Probably. And that's if he stays, which he wouldn't. Because sex always on a guy's mind. So if he can get it at an appropriate time, he's gone.
No, not really, no. I wouldn't say that.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, I
He
wouldn't say
would
that.
play the game. Don't get me wrong, he would play the game. But it all depends on what happens when he gets it. And they, a woman now, would have to do stuff to try and keep him. I mean, if it has so much options, for men, I think men, when he finds the one, he should try and keep her, because women leading to women now, innit? We don't need men no more.
I don't know about that part. Sorry. I am not leading to any woman. Like I say, whatever number she gives, that forfeit love. Them can lie. Abby, are you leaning
More
towards the
men.
ladies now? Because I am leaning towards
Me?
ladies.
No, darling. No,
Yeah,
no.
but you know, say women are leaning towards ladies, not so I
But
just start to,
remember, it has
wonder for
more
there for
ladies
a
on the
minute.
planet. Remember, I have more ladies on the planet, so men have options to dip and swip and do whatever he wants. So because there are less men and there are more women, what you want woman to do? Just saying. I am not leaning towards.
They could, okay, I was just wondering for a moment.
No.
Because no, women still have a choice. They either stay single, as they say, single, or they decide to share, or whatever they choose to do. It all comes down to choice, It really all comes down to a matter of choice.
I agree.
So,
Yeah.
Abby, that goes back to the question: how long are you meet? So, like last night, you went out. Let's say you met a man last night. You find he looking real good. He look like he could be a decent fella. All right, and you say, all right, maybe I could give him a little chance. How long will it take you to give him the good? And it's saying you all women can't stand each other.
Probably 3 to 6 months.
3 to 6 months. Right. So let's say 3 to 6 months. You decided, right, I'm giving it to him. Do you think that 3 to 6 months was enough time to know, okay, will he really stick around? Like, do you think it's long enough? Because I think that's what happens. That 3 to 6 months, he give it up, and then within a year's time, that's it. So he maybe stay for an additional 3 to 6 months. That year's over and he gone. And then he meets somebody else and he give them the same 3 to 6 months period. Then he's gonna be going over the same thing over and over again. So I don't know how that 3 to 6 that's how the body count does rise,
I've been with somebody for 10 years and they decide to go their way, so it doesn't matter.
But I mean that's different. But when we're talking about the body count and how it increases so quickly, because if every year, it have some persons they change a partner every year. Every year they with somebody different,
That's them. I'm not gonna find a man every year. When one leave me, then I'm gonna look for another. I would give myself a rest, check and see what went
And
wrong.
how long is the rest?
It all depends.
How long will that rest be? How long that?
3 months, 6 months. I don't know. It
see?
all depends. All depends.
Sonali.
It all depends on how badly a woman thinks she needs a man in her life. Yeah.
So, ladies, how do you know a man's big? Good night, Lisa.
It should be here, Lisa.
A man's body count with no kids. Yeah, I don't know when I went Lisa. Like she partying. When I see people, big women calling, it's supposed to answer. Yes. So, right? And he keeps asking, how will you know somebody's true body count if they have no children?
You
How will
wouldn't
you
know.
know? You would know.
The
You
only thing
wouldn't know.
is just
Yeah,
ask.
you could ask,
Whatever answer
and
they
they,
give you, it's your choice to believe it or not. You just have to ask.
well, that's the thing. Yeah, unless you had
To be
known that
invest.
person or you just paying attention to the person for that little time you with them, you might have an idea, okay, the body count high or the body count low. When if you're really spending time with a person, you will really kind of like feel them out and have idea, hey, yeah, that person. You may not even have to ask. You will know right away, nah, this person body count a little high. But do you really think that you can look at someone and tell if their body count is high or low? Abby?
Yes and no. You can tell by
Kanabi?
their character, innit?
Yes or no?
Mm. So a
Same thing
woman
I would
could play
say.
the game really good, where you wouldn't tell. You to their demeanor, you may not be able to
Mm.
tell, but people can act forever. So you can also see it with how they carry about themselves, especially when they're around men. Sometimes you can tell.
Jesus say you have to
Just
give
know.
your body
Mm.
time to heal. Andy is saying no, you cannot look at somebody and tell what their body count is, if it's high or low.
For a woman, probably. Probably.
Hmm. The ex-boyfriend count. You have to find out how many exes the person have.
You know something, talking about this, I think it should matter, especially to women when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
men, because your body is like a machine ish. You can get wear and tear, right? Due to
Mm.
age, whatever, overworking a certain joint in your body, it can get damaged. So the amount of wear and
Mm.
tear, man, you know, he could break down on you. So I think women should look at that as
Do you
well.
really think?
Yeah.
Do you think men experience wear and tear? Just so like, I think if it's a healthy male, there ain't gonna be really any wear and tear. Really and truly, the only time it's
Yeah, you
real
can
wear
get
and
wear and
tear is if
tear.
it is you get some sexually transmitted infection. Now that's, I think that's where it will have a wear and tear. If he was not being
Yeah.
careful in the,
Sexual transmitted
then
disease
it's
do not
definitely
affect
a
your
wear.
performance.
Oh,
I don't
it
think
just may, no, depending on which one, depending on which it is you get. Because there are times it
I
have
don't
some, that's not curable, and if it is you're not taking, you're not controlling it, you're gonna have some serious breakouts, right? And it will affect. Sometimes you have to take, yeah, they will let you know that you need to take a break from having sex. So it will affect your sexual capabilities. I will say it will interfere.
for a
Now,
certain
if it
amount
is
of
a
time.
clean, you could have sex anywhere and anytime. I'm just saying, right?
So what about when they are
uh,
they're sleeping,
let
more
us say
drugs
what
can wake them up.
ex-boyfriend, ex-boyfriend times her age divided by her body count. She gives you my trick. It always works. So, like I saying, so we have some maths happening here. What kind of big
Like,
equation,
that is a long weekend. Why you
right?
giving my brain sums to work out?
Ex-boyfriend times age divided by body count. Well, yes. Hi. And he's saying 1000%. We always ready. So Andy is saying no to the, it had no way and tear. Always ready. Right, Labby?
Okay,
There's no way and tear
I
there.
would understand. I'm just saying.
Right? He's saying,
But I know for a fact that
he's saying, mm-hmm.
I know for a fact that there are times it depends. Men special parts just fall asleep, and no matter what drug they use, it can't be awakened anymore.
That's,
Huh?
that's because the
Well,
man is unhealthy because it have 70-year-olds, everything working right and they're having children. If it wasn't working, they can have
And not
nothing. It
everybody,
would
not
not even
everybody
stand up in the
that
first place.
fortunate. Not every man that fortunate.
But what is really the percentage? So you have to do a little research on that because it have a lot of, as we see now, it have a lot of older guys with young girls. Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
And the
I wonder
young girls
why.
really wouldn't be with them because the young girls want sex too. And sometimes the young girls find that they're getting it better from the older guy than the younger guy.
I
So,
wonder how much
I
body
mean,
count
where's the
that
wear and
other guy
tear?
have. I
Exactly.
wonder
So
if
that's what I'm
he.
saying.
I wonder if he thinks.
Experience. The man, he may actually have a high body count. You don't know. And because he has so many experiences, he just knows how to please the woman,
Oh,
right?
so a woman must know how to please a man due to experience.
Yeah, a lot of
I mean,
times, some of these things, unless it says they go and do some research on how to really please a man. So Lisa is saying you cannot be jumping in and out of a relationship. And it's how people that do that. They jump in, then they jump to the next one and another one.
okay,
And
so you
sometimes
trying to
women are
say,
just
sorry,
not
you trying to
satisfied.
say for a woman to gain experience, she have to research, but for a guy to get experience, he have to get in there.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, an older guy, he may have more experience depending on the number of sexual partners that he has. Most likely, it just
Right.
may be that, right? But with a
Okay.
woman, especially if she's young, in order to please the man, she may do some type of research or something like that. She may not necessarily have a lot of sexual partners. And even if she has a lot of sexual partners and she jump from this one to that one to the next one, she still may not even have it right. So it all depends. It's how.
But wouldn't it
Yes,
gain more
Andy, that's
experience than someone
because
who
he's
has?
very unhealthy.
All right, but wouldn't a woman who have just say 25 on her
Hmm.
body count, wouldn't she have more experience than somebody who have two or three?
Well, obviously, she'll have more experience, but that doesn't mean that she will give good sex. Just saying. It doesn't necessarily mean that she'll be able to please a man. Why is she jumping all the time? It's either she not pleased or something is just wrong. Like, why have so many sexual partners?
Yeah, I think that should be a question to the guys too. Why should they?
Yeah. Well, as I said, we know it's different strokes for different folks. Like I saying, keep the legs closed. That's your word.
Because you see, this is what I don't understand is right. A guy gonna have a woman is either pure, clean, lily white, or he would have one with only three.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. But yet he
Mm-hmm.
looking at Lady Jane round the corner who own a brothel. You understand? And he's always there every Friday when pay come to get all the upside down neck back twisting. He enjoys that. But yet he's looking for the 0+3 body count where he always round the corner by Miss Jane because she do the upside down twist back thingy that they enjoy. I don't get it. Know what I mean? Yeah, I don't get
As
it.
I say, as the saying goes, for the woman it's different. Unless a woman cares about a man's body count, then she will be when she meets that guy, she's going to ask and do all her little investigation and it may not matter. As I said, it just may not matter to the woman what the man's body count is. What's this here? So Lionel saying all she needs is one dick to practice on. One dick doesn't mean she avoid. So Lionel
So
saying
how
all she
much
needs
woman
is
that
one. Just one.
how much woman that a man need to practice on? All he doing is dipping like Lipton tea bag. So why you need all these women just to do that? Stick with your one, just as the woman with her one. Isn't that right? I would say that. It's the same motion,
Lisa is
dipping
saying
dip
stay by
out.
yourself. Lisa is saying stay by yourself. Sometimes the woman was so hurt that she just choose to stay by herself. So Lisa is
Exactly,
saying
Lisa.
she's the one that's
Thank you.
staying by herself.
Yeah.
What's that? So Lisa is want to stay by herself. She's not dependent, and also there's a possibility. Lisa is saying, well, her body count isn't high, right? Hmm. Right. So we know that even back in the old time days, a woman's body count didn't matter. Right? For the men, it didn't matter. It really didn't. And I keep it just is a part of society today as well, where it is. It doesn't a man's body count doesn't matter, but a woman's that woman's what is the word Lisa wanted purity, but how many sexual partners a woman have, it defines her worth. Right? That has been through the ages, and I don't think that will change. Sonali, do you think that will change?
No, a man will always prefer a virgin over a woman that wasn't like how Abby said was a teabag or is a teabag. So it was so back then, it's so now, and I'm pretty sure going forward it will continue to be the same. So
It will.
it will
He
continue
will
that
have
way.
the virgin, but he will always go by the corner to get the
Linus
upside down
saying
flip
men
chip.
and women are not the same. He says no man wants a woman who has been with multiple men. Right? Saying that's the facts.
But
Right? So
we
I mean
must
it is
yeah.
what it is what it
I mean
is.
like those women.
Right now it just is what it
Those
is.
women.
And have some men they may not and have some men may not care really too much, but if it is a man he is ready to let's say settle down and he's looking for a particular thing, most likely he just may look for somebody with a low body count. Because he might say that woman real wild and he all over the place. So he will find it very hard to trust that woman who may have multiple partners and even multiple partners at the same time. Yeah?
Ooh, I find honestly and truly I find that a little that one a little difficult because I know a good couple of people far younger than me. Every street corner know the name. Every neighborhood and tongue know the
Hmm.
name. And the man went to them knowing that and them all of them happily married. Family growing everything.
That's
A
nice.
good
That's nice.
because while you all were talking, that just bring my mind to a good couple of people who, they were out and about, like they was on a leash and you let them go, and now they are
That's
happily
what I
married.
said.
Hmm.
So it's
That's what I said in the beginning. Um,
ooh,
it all depends on someone's age.
Lisa says
They can
sometimes a woman looking for love all over. The highest body count a woman has, she will be used for recreation.
well,
So it will just be recreational sex, Abby. You talk about the ones who flipping and bending backwards and all the acrobatics. It's not that the man, let us say, love the woman, but he maybe just don't want to put the woman he's with through all the acrobatics, maybe knowing, okay, maybe she's not flexible enough, but this woman, I'm just going there for some recreation, and that's all it is. Same as like if you're going to, uh, well, I wouldn't want to say a play park, but you know, just going to have some fun and come back home, and that's all it is to the man.
That don't make no sense. But okay.
Yeah, it come like this. Okay, if it is a man is with somebody that he's serious with, right? And he knows that woman doesn't want to have a threesome, or he know it will make her feel uncomfortable. He will go for recreation. He will see the threesome as
Nah,
a
I don't wanna. No, I don't wanna hear
recreation,
that.
and he will go elsewhere and just come back. So he won't have that woman feeling uncomfortable. That is what it is. And you will hear men saying, "Nah, I don't want my wife, to feel uncomfortable." Or yeah, and they will do. That's their way of saying that. Okay, I'm just respecting my wife's wishes, and some women might be okay with that because they know they're not going down that road of a threesome. So if it is you want to have that form of recreation, that's what you want to do, then go ahead. It's have women who give their men permission to go ahead. Just make sure you ain't come back with no STD.
I think that woman is a damn fool if that happened. But all right, let's switch the role. If there's all right, I know there's some man don't like oral sex, especially when doing it on a woman. There are men who don't do it, period. So is it okay for a woman to go out there and get
I
that?
don't know. But
And
she
would
and the
he
man
be
will
able
have to discuss that. But I don't know. I don't know of any man who does not like to give their
oh
woman oral sex or to
there's
receive. I don't know. You've come across them, Abby?
yeah, I have.
Have you come across? You have. That's very unfortunate.
For whom, me or them?
That, well, I don't know. Either
Well, I
it
mean,
could be for
not
you and them.
no, I was doing my risk assessment and I get all
So
my
both you and
information
them.
going henceforth. So yeah, that is some of the stuff I gathered. So like I said, I know that there are women who don't get that, right? Would the man allow her,
Mm-hmm.
give her permission to go out and have her because she don't want to disrespect him in
They
that
actually,
way?
it have men who actually do allow the woman. It have men who actually do. You'll be so surprised. There are men who actually allow their woman to go out if it is they don't want to perform certain acts. Yeah, there are men who wanted to say not like very jealous or anything. Besides saying, oh, the woman could be with her husband, best friend.
Or as how men love threesome, would he apply another man instead of another woman?
It's only if it is that man is bi. That's the only how I see that happening.
No, I've heard of two. I heard of two straight guys and one woman already. It was a bit
Personally,
had
have you ever heard
tension
of
in
that?
the
Among the
yeah
same people who are happily married.
yeah yeah.
So
What
you think
what
two
he
straight men could have a threesome
threesome with one
with
woman?
one
Yes.
woman?
Sober?
Yeah.
No. Hella bent and drunk, high, and a little loony in the head? Maybe. But not sober, not going willingly. I've heard it happen before,
Over
but
here, yes, you can
I
get
don't
it.
think, not in Trini. Not in Trini.
I don't know.
They have to
Over
be
here,
like,
yeah,
hella bent.
I've heard girls share their story with two straight men, and like she said, it had a bit of tension because the men keep watching each other, thinking, don't touch me," the way you know how men is. She can feel the
Yes.
tension between two men, but when they had their turn, they had their turn. Once he in the front, when I can see you where you is and you're not behind me, it's good. it was good.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't see a
well, you see,
sober
in
straight
suicide,
man
like all
as
Caribbean
Sonati's
water,
saying as well.
that Abby, that is
We
out
don't
of
see it
Caribbean
happening.
waters, so
Lioness
I
saying,
wouldn't expect that for such
yeah,
thing people. So,
mm-mm, nah, that's not happening here. Lioness saying, keep your legs closed. No man will take you seriously even when you are married and want me to take you seriously. So, okay,
Mhm.
right? So, people, ladies, the men would not take you seriously if you're jumping around the place, hopping like frog all over, right?
Likewise.
And they're saying, I think it boils down to communication with each other. Hmm. Right. Communication. But we know communication is key in relationships.
mhm.
Lisa is saying, or sometimes what her husband wants her to do, she will. But if she goes outside and do things, she never do.
Me, I think,
Hmm.
I think if a man has a very high body count, there's no way of me knowing if he's the one. Because if he keeps jumping from woman to woman, I would just be the other, number on his tally. So we wouldn't be able to trust men either. How would I know you're gonna be ready to settle down with me forever till death do us part?
Wait, what?
Lioness saying me gangbang already. That girl was like nothing after you don't want to be with that girl. We were
Well, I
all
guess nobody will want
straight guys.
a sloppy seconds. Nobody, absolutely nobody would want sloppy seconds. So,
I don't know. I think a guy does know who they can get stuff from easily and who they can't. And what I think they just do, they will willingly go for the sloppy seconds. Well, not sloppy seconds, but they will willingly go just for recreation. And they're going to try hard to keep the one that is hard to get. But when they already get the hard to get, they move on and find somebody else. And they keep leaving the woman stranded, sometimes with baggages. It's
you
unfair.
see, you see, Abby, one thing you have to keep in mind: men are hunters. Because she had to get is a challenge, is a hunt. So they, of course, they will stay no matter what. They will always want to
Right.
conquer.
So after that
Now,
hunt
it,
is if after that hunt has been conquered, what they want a new challenge. So they go out there and find another prey. And that's gonna be their MO until they're ready to retire.
um, well, that's
Again,
the
I don't
thing.
wanna be
People,
one of the number on the tally board. I'm sorry. It's either you here and I could super glue your foot to know you ain't going nowhere, then so be it. If you ain't ready to be super glued, then keep on rolling. Pass straight. Because you ain't gonna want me to be rolling
Hmm.
around. Vice versa. Yeah.
I
Hmm.
think you might want to use another terminology than say super glued, eh? Not, maybe not super glued. Please don't know how to call police for you. Don't know how to call police for you.
No, I say that
But
because I find women does really do a lot of things to try to keep a man, but you can't keep something that don't want to be kept. It doesn't matter what you do. So unless you're ready to settle down and tuck your bag up, then it makes no sense.
Lion saying, if a man lets his woman have sex with another guy while he's there, I think he didn't like her in the girl in the first place. So he's saying that if it is really like that woman is not have someone And when you have someone, you settle down as everyone wants to be with you. Good night, Wayland. That's how some men are.
That's how all men are.
Well, I guess.
If I know I love you to the point where I see a woman watching you, I vex with you and her, then yeah, the love is there. But I'm not gonna accept that you're gonna go with the woman across the street and I will just look out the window to make sure that you're coming home or you're staying over. I'm not gonna do that. No. No. I think it's men that create women body count. Done.
Well, whether they create it or not, right now, the whole point is that men do believe that a woman's body count matter. Right? Like I say, love have nothing to do with how men view women. Men always want the prize.
Yeah, the price is the
And they
what? The
agreeing
pum
with
pum.
what you said.
Yeah. That's the price.
Is
Is that the price,
with
Lion? So
the virginity. So if it is okay, they know that
right. So
person is
after
maybe
he
a
defiled
virgin.
her and
They may go on the hunt, they may
get
stick
his
around.
yeah, so men, what causes it? It's because of men.
And
Woman
then
are
and
defiled,
then
degraded, and whatever.
it's still up to the woman. So he could try and try and try and try because you will hear that it have men who will say, no matter what it is I do, that woman never give it up. That girl never give it up. So it's still left up to the woman, whether she open her leg or not.
And
It's
they're
still
not
up
due
to
to
us
that.
women.
Yes,
It's
and way
still
how
up to
men are
us.
very clever. Yes, I agree.
It have
I
some men,
agree. But
it have men, they
will
can be how clever. They could come with all kind of, they could
yes.
come with all kind of things. They could come with money, they could come with house, they could come with car, they could do everything. They treat you real nice and still the woman will not give it up.
And if all right, I want a lion to answer that question. If he was hunting and he saw a prey, and for nothing that prey ain't giving in, what is he gonna do? Now leave her
Well,
alone?
I will have to.
To be
So then they're
single
saying untouched is
and
the
then
best.
preach.
Sorry, that's the truth.
But you guys come and touch it, defile it, and then move on. So the next man is gonna get your damages that you left behind, and it's no fun. It's either you want to damage
They're
something
saying
and keep the
that is where the sex toys come in. Well, yes. Lion is saying he never lost.
well, mm, mm, mm. Okay. You pick the easy woman, Lion.
Um,
You pick the easy ones. Where you think it's easy. Hard to get, they're easy. Because after 10 years I'm pushing, I don't not even Prince Charming could come my way with his special shiny grin and get this goodness. I'm just saying.
Well, Abby, technically you already touched that.
No,
Yeah,
I
it's a
said no.
serious
And
matter right now.
we're talking about hard to get. We're talking about hard to get. Because I've already know what man
Oh,
give. I'm not gonna give in that
okay.
easily. That's what I'm saying. I'm already know what they're about and what they're coming with. Nothing new under the sun.
Lisa is saying to me it is better to stay by yourself until you are ready and give yourself time until, yeah. Give yourself time until
I
you're ready,
agree.
ladies. And they are saying,
I
yes,
agree.
women are sometimes responsible for a woman's body count.
Thank you, Wendy. You're such a darling.
Like is saying untouched ones.
I want to
so
see how much
that
untouched
means
ones you're
he
gonna
never
get.
lost on the untouched ones.
I mean, you're a predator, you nasty.
Abby. I wasn't ready
How
for
much
that.
how much untouched ones that you had, Lion? You know what? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. Because your future woman, may not wanna hear that you've been praying after the untouched. Don't answer that.
Right, so ladies, guys on the live, so, well, Lion give his whole equation there, how it is they could work out a woman's body count. Ladies, maybe you can use the same equation if it is body count matters to you. And as we see, it will always be that way where a woman's body count matters. Yeah.
That's so sad.
Hmm.
Yeah, it is what it
What's
is.
Andy saying here? Andy's saying, I know my brother will come in with that. Lion is saying most of his girlfriends were untouched.
How many girlfriends with that Lion? That is what I mean. 2, 3? Is it 3?
Right,
Don't
so
answer that.
it was nice. It was nice. So we will be back again. It was a nice topic, man. That body
It was
count, that
nice.
body count,
Mm-hmm.
real interesting. So we will see what hot topic we come in with next Saturday on Ladies' Night. Don't know what it will be. But Mother's Day is coming up, so maybe you can do something for the mothers. Yeah, maybe we can do something for the mothers.